Alright, this video is just going to be a quick walkthrough of our application. So, the sections marked in red are the only things that are actually necessary for right now. And at the moment, we have a demo limit of 50 items on the database. Alright, once you log on, your company has basically been created. So you can see here we have a new invoice quote. We have an open invoice quote. Of course that's empty. We have nothing yet. Customers, no customers. Products, we have the default products that were given to us. One cool thing about this application, I'll show you right now, is that say a customer just walks in and they want a new quote. Well, right off the bat, we can give them a quick estimate and actually save the customer and the products. So, say Oak Ridge High walks in. We're looking at an order. So we add the product. One of our defaults, we'll go with the 5180. A quantity of, say, 144. So it looks up our grid and finds that we have a unit price of $2. With that, we're going to add what we've got a grid configured as a t-shirt markup. This is going to add 100% to that item. If you wanted to, you could also go in and manually do it right here. Over here we have our sizes. So we'll say they're getting 72 medium, 72 large. Colors, 144. Flash. Notice these are Boolean configurable values. I'll show you that in the grids later. So that's the product section of the order. Now we go to add a configuration, and we have a variety of configuration grids here. So SP1 corresponds to a screen printing grid. You can actually see the descriptions right here if you choose that. So we'll go with the screen printing. They want a 3-color, 144. That comes to $7 when it looks up our price. We could add a markup ID, but that's primarily for our products. Over here we have our totals. We could say we've got a $50 shipping charge onto that, and then any notes. Once that's complete, you can look it over a little bit, and immediately you can just save it and print into a PDF format, which you can email or print out yourself for your customer. It's going to have in here your invoice and some more of your details there. So that's just the basics of creating an order. Actually, I forgot I was going to show you that, say they came in and they just had their own customer supplied item. You could just automatically add that to the database as you are creating the order. So you create that, you say they want 12 of them, give it your own unit price of, say, $12.50. Once you save that, you'll see CST right there, and if you go over to your products and you open your catalog, it's automatically saved to the database. So you can pretty much add and remove items on the fly as you go. This markup section is just your standard markup grids. For a t-shirt markup, we have a quantity 1, 250%, 12, 200, etc., etc. So you can basically customize any type of markup you prefer for your company, and then even set them active or deactive as you want. Here we have our configuration grids. We open up our configuration grids. We can see we have a screen printing default, embroidery, heat press names, heat press letters. These correspond with IDs here, and then their types. For example, a stitch for embroidery, a number of inches in names, and inches in a number. And when you open up the actual grid, you will notice the columns and the quantities with prices. And if you want to edit these columns, for example, add or remove, you can click the edit columns. We'll add a 4-inch name. Click on save. Go back here, reopen it. Now you have your pricing for 4-inch names. So that's pretty much our configuration section. Next you will notice our details. Our details are all corresponding to this particular section of the invoice. You notice we have our size, color, and flash. Those are our active items right now, and they are actually driven off of the selection of the row item. So you see our 5180s, we have 72 medium, 72 large. Well, if you click here on our customer supplied, we have nothing yet. So we would want to probably fill in, for example, 12 or whatever. So those details right here correspond to your detail grids here, and they come in 3 varieties right now. That's just a number, a boolean, true, false, and a text. We are going to add rules to these properties in the future too. And here is where you set the name. So that's pretty much a basic walkthrough. Once you actually create a quote, you can go to your open section, click on open. It's going to open the quote you had. And with a quote, you can actually convert it to an invoice right here just by clicking on that button. It generates an invoice and you can print it out.